What is up, Pectus gang? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to run us through a follow-along yoga movement session to help expand, open up the chest, breathe a little bit, and hopefully just feel a little bit more space in your heart and lungs after jamming the session with me. But also, I'm just going to run through some fundamental mindfulness techniques and stuff that I like to do almost every day to just come back to being grateful for being here, grateful for being alive, grateful for my life, grateful for just everything. Gratitude is just so important, and today I really realized that during my practices, and so I was inspired to come on here and share this. I was about to do a yoga session by myself with some music, but instead I'm going to share it with you guys. So if you're watching this and you want to follow along, throw your mat down or on the carpet, wherever you might be, and join in. First thing we're going to do is just drop into this session. So this is going to be a 20 to 30 minute session. Sit however you find comfortable, and we'll just center ourselves for the practice. What I want you to do, however you're sitting, is just do your best to relax your stomach. You'll notice that throughout most of our days, we have a lot of tension here, and if you've got pectus, then that's exaggerated. So if you can do your best to just relax this sensation in your belly, just let it go, relax. As your belly is now relaxed, see if you can breathe into your pectus, into this middle portion, this middle section of your chest. Breathe in. Let it go. It's extremely windy here today. I'm hoping that this little wind sock makes it bearable. You guys can hear me all good? So bringing it back to the breath, breathing into the chest, the middle of your chest, relaxing your belly. Let's get 5 in a row. 1. Try and have it nice and slow. Breathing in and out. 3 more of those. In. Out. 2 more. Last one. Breathe all the way in. Let it go with a sigh. Little bonus breath. This time I want you to breathe all the way in as deep as you possibly can. Massive deep breath, and then just let it go. Don't try and breathe out, just let it fully go. Ready? Breathe in. Let's do 1 more of those. Breathe in. Nice. However you're sitting, come into what is called our bear pose in yoga, or just all fours, hands and feet on the ground, and we're just going to lift the knees up, send some blood into our body and get warm before we do some opening stuff for our chest. So up onto the toes in this bear position. See if you can push the ground away even further. So I'm really exaggerating the push through my arms here and through my shoulders, trying to push my shoulders, my shoulder blades away. See if you can sink down into the shoulders and then press away. See if you can do some reps of that. Down to the shoulders, press away. Down to the shoulders, press away. Down, press. 1 more. Down, press. And back into our kneeling position. So if you quickly watch me. Oh, is it still recording? I think that may have just stopped the camera. Open up your hands to do this. But what I'm going to do is sink my shoulders back and push forward, as if I was doing this on the ground. Sinking the shoulders back and pushing forward. Just like that. Retracting, protracting. 2 more. Retracting, protracting. 1 more. So relax, shake the arms out. Being able to control the position of our arms and our shoulders for having Pectus Excavatum is extremely important. So the more control we have over our scapula, our shoulders, our upper body, the more we're going to be able to maintain this healthy open posture. I'm just going to rip this sweatshirt off. It's a little cold here right now, but this is going to better explain what I'm talking about. So I had to stop the follow mode because it was just stopping every time that I put my hands up to explain what I'm talking about. So again, if we can get this shoulder control, if we can learn how to manipulate our shoulders, which is also the scapula at our back, right? So if I can learn to do this better, then I'm going to learn how to retract them better and therefore have an open posture. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. We're going to get back into this original position here. This time, don't lift your knees, keep your knees on the ground, and we're going to do that retraction and protraction through the shoulders. Retract, protract, retract, protract. Keep going, do some reps of this. If this is something that you're struggling with, then this is a great place to start. This is something that you can practice every day, is learning how to gain this control in your scapula and in your shoulders. Cool. Now that the shoulders are warm, what I want you to do is put your back of your hands together like this, and then reach your hands all the way behind your back. See if you can interlace your fingers. Extend your arms, open up the chest. So now my chest is extremely open. And if that's too hard for you, then what I want you to try and do is externally rotate your hands. So if we go from the back of the hand together and then do the opposite, try and have your palms up, reach behind you, touch the ground, and chest high. So if you can't link your hands behind your back, do that. Chest nice and high. Okay, we're going to do 10 deep breaths in this position. If you're like me, if you've got pectus, then you probably feel a little bit of extra pressure on your heart, or maybe not pressure, but some sort of opening sensation, and you may find it harder to breathe already. Big deep breath, let it go, going for 10. 2, 3, 4, slow breathing, big deep breaths. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax your arms. You can lift your hands back off the ground, shake out through your arms. I want you to think or notice right now, does your chest feel any different? Does your breathing feel any different? I'm not saying it should or it shouldn't. I'm just telling you to be curious and inquire within your body. How does it feel? Okay, so we're going to go through a little bit of a strength phase of movement. So we're going to go from our bear pose, or this all fours pose, up onto the toes. And then we're going to go from here into a downward facing dog. So if you're like me and you've got your socks on, rip them off. I stick a lot better to my mat when I take them off. So with the downward facing dog, we're just going to push down through our heels, push through the shoulders, see if you can protract through the shoulders, trying to push away from the ground. And breathe here. This is something that you guys hear me always rambling on about and talking about. at least in my short form content, is the concept of creating space for our heart and lungs. And I firmly believe that through practices like yoga, through stretching, through mobility, through exactly what we're doing right now, we're lengthening our muscle tissue, and our muscles connect to tendons and ligaments into our bones. And so if our muscles are tight, then it's going to pull our bones into tighter positions, which means that our pectus gets worse if we don't stretch out, if we don't move in these expanding ways. Coming back into bear. Now we're going to sit back onto the heels again. Going to go into that open chest posture, so link the hands behind your back. You don't have to put them on your behind your back linked together. You can put them on the ground like this and have the chest high. Hands behind your back. Now see if you can try and get your pectus, so the middle of my hole, I want to extend up with intention. I'm trying to open it up and extend it to the sky. 5 breaths here. Keep this open extension through the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Higher with the chest. 5. Check those socks rolling away. And relax. Hands back on the ground. Instead of bear pose or all fours this time, I want you to extend your legs back into a plank. In this strong plank position. If you notice that my plank, I have like a straight line from my heels to the back of my head. I'm not down in this. I'm not up like this. I'm trying to lower myself into this strong plank position. If we're in the right plank posture, this kind of hurts already. Or at least there's a bit of effort to hold this. Now we're going to push up into down dog, boom, from the plank. So now we're going to run through a bit of a flow. I'm going to go down through dolphin pose into an upward facing dog. How does that look? It looks like this. Follow me. We're going down with the head, scooping up, head up. Boom, strong through the shoulders. Practicing that shoulder position we did at the start. And now pushing back into down dog. We're going to go for 10 of those. That's 1. So we're scooping down, boom. Lifting high through the shoulders. That's 2. Down dog. Okay, now in your own time, or just follow me. We want to sync our breath with this. So I'm going to breathe in, go down. Breathe out, push up. Take a breath here. Breathe in, push back. Breathe out, get to the back. Breathe in, drop down. Out, push up. That's 4, I think. Let's keep it moving. Six. 7. Gaining strength in these weird positions. Really good for opening our body. Good for our body to get strength in weird spots. That's 8. 9. Breathe in, breathe out. Here we go. 10. Kneeling at the front of the mat. So, hopefully you feel like your upper body's a little bit warm from that. I'm still getting goosebumps because it's cold as, but for the sake of this video, for demonstrating stuff, I want to let you guys see what my body's up to and what I'm doing. So, this next one, we're just going to put our right hand down, left hand reaching over our head, pressing down into the right hand, reaching more over your head with the left, and big deep breaths in. Let it go. That's 2, we're going for 5. Reach even further with the hand, go to the back even more. 3, chest higher. 4, one more, chest high. Relax, shake the arms out. So you guys can already tell that so much of this movement, so much of all the stuff that I'm doing with you right now, we're finding weird positions, new positions that we don't really go into with our body, and then we're breathing into them. We're breathing into them because when we control our breath, we signal to our nervous system in our body that it's safe and it can expand and open into these postures. And you can already guess what that means for long-term Pectus Excavatum benefits. It's going to create a slightly more open posture, which creates slightly less tension on our heart and lungs, which creates a slight more sense of peace, calm, and feeling good inside of our body. And over time, that creates health and stops us from getting all the negative effects that Pectus can cause. Onto the left arm, down on the ground, pressing firm into the ground, right hand over your head, expand through the chest, breathe in, chest high, and out, breathe in, and out. 3, 2 more. 4, one more. And 5. Back to the middle. Hands down on the mat, back into our plank pose. Kicking up into down dog. Alright, follow me here, watch the screen, or follow the cues. Lift your left leg into the sky. Point your toes high. Take a big breath. Take another one. On your exhale, step this left leg outside of our left hand. Boom, like this. So we're in this like lunge, low lunge position. So you can unhook your right toes, so the top of your foot's on the mat. Sit yourself up. And now you're in this strong position. Hips are low, stretching through the hips. Now, if you feel comfortable in this position, I want you to join me in putting the hands behind your back. So now you're in this lunge with a chest opener, chest extension. If you're not doing that, all I want you to do is externally rotate the arms, and you're in this open posture position, creating space, breathing deep. You might feel tension on your heart and lungs. You might feel things are a little bit different. You might feel an openness, you might feel a little weirdness, but have faith in your body's ability to regulate. Breathe deep into your body. Chest, heart forward, open up. Slowly put your hands back down. And now what I want you to do is to keep your right hand down on the ground, left hand high, point to the sky. As you're doing this, see if you can drop your hips a little bit lower. Breathe into the chest, breathe into the belly, breathe into the body. Hold this position. Look up to your hand if you want. Deep breaths, 2 more. 1, 2, hand back down. And now we're going to go back out to that plank. And then you probably guessed it, into that down dog. A couple deep breaths here, let it go. Big deep breaths. Let it go. Alright. Kicking up with the right leg. Big deep breath, big inhale. On the exhale, bring the right leg outside of the right hand. Untuck the toes. Slowly make your way up into this lunge posture, now on the other leg. From here, interlace the hands behind your back if you want to, chest high. Again, if that's too much of a mission for you, externally rotate the hands. Breathe into the upper chest. Expand with every breath. Imagine every breath just like creating just more open space in the chest each time. We're opening up the pectus, we're opening up our body, we're creating a calmer body in these weird positions. We're not going to let this limit our lives, guys. We're going to use pectus as a superpower, as a way to build confidence, as a way to really love our life. Chest high, open up. Hands down on the mat. Rotating up to the right, left hand down, right hand up. Right hand up to the sky. Look up to your right hand if you want to. Extend through the fingertips. Press through the fingers on the ground. Big deep breaths. Dropping the hips. Extend up, extend up. Hand back down, slowly back down. Back into our plank position, slowly and controlled. Kicking back into down dog. A couple big deep breaths and exhales, open up. From here, walk slowly to the front of the mat. Squat down at the front of your mat. Put your hands behind you, fingertips facing outside. Quickly look at what my fingertips are doing so you know what I mean. So my fingers are facing away from me. And then I'm going to slowly lift my hips up to the sky for this tabletop. This one will be very tricky if you've got tight shoulders, which if you haven't done much of this before, then you definitely will. Squeeze your butt. And now breathe into your chest and try and get your chest higher. The sternum higher, the bit in your body that has the hole like mine, your pectus, get that higher, open up higher, hold it. This is potentially really challenging for you if you've never done this before. Let's get the chest high. High. Squeeze the glutes higher. Get your body higher. Breathe. And relax back down. Bring your butt through your hands. If you can't get there, just shuffle your butt back. And now we're going to sit. Try and extend through your butt so your spine is straight. Hands up above your head. Point your toes. This L position. Try and be strong, so flex your legs, brace your core, extend through your hands. 2 breaths here. 1 more. Relax your feet, fold forward. You can grab your feet if you want. You can relax your hands. We don't want to be too tense or tight in this position. We're sort of just bending forward, allowing our spine to roll forward. Breathing, signaling to our body that it's safe. So we're pretty much going to end it here, guys, but I want to have a chat with you guys for a second as we're all just chilling out in this posture. Just lengthening through our spine. That, like pectus is really annoying sometimes, but more importantly is the things that we can do. Bring yourself up, cross your legs at the front of your mat, also sit however you want to. try and use your arms to extend through your chest and lift high. And we're just going to sit and breathe in this position for a bit. Open chest, shoulders back and down. So what I was saying there was like, we can, through the things that we can control, like our movement choices, our food and our breath, but more specifically, our breath. When we move, when we do this sort of stuff, we can use our breath to signal to our body that it's safe. And I've learnt this through many years of yoga practice, through many years of doing breath work and meditation and these other things, and I'm sharing with you guys the most potent and powerful things that have helped me just calm myself down and find a position of feeling okay and good about life. And that's ultimately what I'm wanting to do with sharing my Pectus story and helping you guys with your movement, is just feeling like okay in life, and like we can do this and everything's going to be okay. And movement and breath and meditation for me has been the foundation of all of that, and I feel grateful to be here, and I feel happy, and I wish I could share that with you guys. And so that's what I'm attempting to do here. So if you can take anything away from this video, is that when you decide to move, if you want to open up with these postures that we can do every day, especially this opening hands behind the back, this one's really tricky, this protraction, retraction of the shoulders, gaining awareness of how to move our body. If you can do that with breathing, controlling our breath, relaxing our belly, just signaling to our nervous system that we're safe, that everything's okay, calming our heart rate down because we have extra pressure on it, and just letting our body know that it's all good. That's the most empowering thing that you can do if you have Pectus, or if you don't, to be honest. But it's extra important if you have Pectus. So with that being said, guys, thanks for tuning in, Pectus gang. Let's go. Train hard, train smart, move, breathe, eat well, and let's fucking live. That's what we're here for. I appreciate you guys watching. Until the next one, swag.